Most people don't realize Hedera's real use case, but we are going to talk about that today. Plus, Pop and Puffins are back on Algoran. Here are the top chains for TVL. We're going to dive into that. XRP derivatives are here. What platform are they on? We're going to talk about that. And we're going to dive into this major use case for Hedera because this really surprised me. I think this is going to be huge for Hedera, and we're going to dive into that today on today's Frugal BC. So if you guys like this show, please hit the like and subscribe button. Now remember, you don't have to smash it. You can just press it gently. But if you want to smash it, you can smash it so hard you knock my earphones out that I forgot to take out. So those are out now. And we got channel memberships for only $1. You can see the stuff that I do behind the scenes, what experiments I'm in. You guys get it first, and you get videos before anyone else, all on our main page, so check that out in the description below. And since this is not specifically an Algoran video, just want to give a very brief shout out to our sponsors, Non-Fungible Domains, and for that .algo address, and Marcus Aurelius, an NFT and meme coin project on the Algoran blockchain. Check them both out in the description below. But let's get to today's show, because first off, Hedera seeing major account growth, and this is really good news. This was shared by Zepsi. Great to see Hedera account creation on the rise. Look at that account growth in the last, what is that, about a month? About a month. That's a crazy amount of new accounts. I had a little spike around the end of the year last year, and things have been kind of settling out, but then going up to, pretty high amounts, almost hitting 40K some weeks, days. I don't know. What are we looking at? Looks like days. Looks like a daily chart. More. Yes, I agree. More. Bring on more. Always good to see people pouring in. We're going to talk about what is going on with that, why I think Hedera is going to be huge, and this use case that I didn't realize. We will talk about that in a bit, but let's get to our next bit of news. And that is Pop and Puffins are back on Algoran, and only Algoran. Here's how that went down. And if you're wondering what a Pop and Puffin is, these are one of the OG NFT projects on Algoran. No hype, just Puffins, art-led NFT colony built on vibes, community, and weird little birds. And they are weird little birds, but they're kind of cool looking. Just pop this one up here for a second. Yeah, I kind of like this is like a Jesus bird. Anyway, from now on, Algoran only art first, community driven. No hype, no roadmap, just Puffins, good vibes, and fun with the Algo fam. So that's cool. I think this is a really cool little project. I like these NFTs. I like the look of them. Yeah, they just have a cool vibe to them. I think that's cool. It's kind of getting back to their roots. I think what happens with a lot of these projects is they just try to go in too many directions. And this is pretty common for business in general. Businesses sometimes they just make things way too complicated, and sometimes you got to find what works and just keep iterating on it. In this case, I think just making cool penguin or puffin NFTs is the way to go for them. So good for them. I think it's a wise move, and we'll be following that. Meanwhile, TVL is really, really important in the crypto ecosystem, and it's a good measure of how much value is locked on chain. In fact, that's actually what the metric means. So what are the top chains? Why don't we take a look here at this chart? These are the top chains by overview on multiple blockchains, and very top, this is kind of the overlap here, which is kind of interesting. Ethereum at the very, very top, as you might expect. A lot of this is kind of following what we see in the market cap, and not exactly, but at least the top 3-4 kind of are like that, except Bitcoin all the way down in 5th place. You got Ethereum on top, which is no surprise. It's just the OG. It's the OG altcoin, really. I mean, it's just been around for so long, and it's been dominant for so long that it's hard to supplant. Followed by Solana, which is probably not a surprise given its market cap. Same with Binance Chain, although nothing is even close. We're talking Ethereum is up multiples on Solana. So now it is changing, because you can see Ethereum has been dropping, and I think that will continue to happen as some of these other layer ones just prove to be a lot more usable. It's just hard to break that network effect. You got Base in 6th place. Base is a really interesting ecosystem. Berachain, I don't even know much about Berachain. I heard a little bit about it, but it's still kind of off my radar. Arbitrum, Sweet, I'm a big fan of Sweet. We don't have any Sweet items in this utility coin update, but there's definitely some good stuff there. I like the way they're going about things. Some stuff I don't like there's kind of a barrier to entry on nodes. You have to have something like 100 million Sweet or something like that. It's crazy. Avalanche, Aptos, Sonic, even Polygon's still on there, although Polygon dropping a lot. The prices of Polygon has just been insane. it's just been in the tank. Hyperliquid making a lot of news lately, and then Core at the bottom. So very interesting chart. Again, Ethereum at the very top, but I think probably in the next 5 years that will change, and Ethereum will start finding its way down the charts here, unless they can really make it. They can do something about the fees, which there is a plan on. So we'll see. So XRP derivatives are probably live as we speak. As I saw this news, it was about to go live, but that would have been 2 days ago. So yeah, which platform? Well, here we go. This was put out by Jack the Rippler. So shout out Jack the Rippler. Awesome handle there. Great idea for someone promoting XRP. I like it. Boom, the Coinbase's launch of XRP derivatives is set to go live within the next 24 hours. This is the CFTC regulation explaining the futures contract. XRP going to pull the gotcha move real soon. Boom. XRP derivatives on Coinbase is a game changer. This is just the very beginning of our financial revolution. Prepare for liftoff, Army. People are very excited about it. One of the things I find with XRP is it can be hard to search for real news items. A lot of posts you see are all about the price, which just isn't that interesting to me. I mean, it's cool and everything, and obviously my XRP bags did very well this little bull run, or what we've had of it so far. Some people argue we didn't even have one. But there's not a lot to talk about outside of price sometimes. So stuff like this, when you see a futures contract being listed, I'm pretty excited about that. So keep an eye out for that. Like I said, in 24 hours, so that should be live now. In fact, it is live now. So here we go. Yep. Coinbase has listed future contracts for the XRP token on its US derivatives exchange, the cryptocurrency platform, said on the 21st. So that little comment about being live in 24 hours turned out to be true. All right, now this last item I want to get to, which I teased earlier, the real use case for Hedera. It appears to be AI, but not just AI agents. So first off, we have a Hedera exec talking to Harvard Business School about AI and Hedera. So let's start with this. All right, so this is Greg Bell. He is the Chief Business Officer at Hedera. He says, excited to speak at Harvard Business School next week on AI and Hedera, exploring new paradigms for trust, efficiency, innovation in the digital economy enabled by blockchain tech. So that sounds like all nice, really crazy stuff. You can actually follow the talk here. It looks like he'll be on the panel with Francesca Puriangali and Mark Esposito, and he'll be talking about regulation and the governance of digital commons. So very interesting stuff. Now, what does AI have to do with Hedera? Here's one of the major use cases of it, and this has to do with AI agents, which a new Hedera update, the mainnet version 0.59, will allow you to monetize AI agents built on the Hedera network with customizability and consistency. So this is a really cool use case. I think AI agents are when we'll really see the impact of AI, when you can have agents that go around and operate multiple things on their own to do actions. This is like having almost like a little employee at your beck and call. In fact, there's some companies where you can basically hire for like $40, $50, $60 a month agencies to handle your accounting or handle your social media, all kinds of great stuff. It's really pretty incredible. And yeah, why don't we just take a quick listen at this.
Let's create an AI agent which generates revenue every interaction. Today we're going to be setting up an AI agent which integrates into the Hedera consensus service and leverages HIP 991 to charge a custom fee anytime a user interacts with the AI agent. HIP 991 is a really interesting new Hedera improvement proposal which essentially allows a custom fee to be added to a Hedera consensus service topic. This custom fee can be priced in HBAR or in any single fungible token like USDC, which enables predictable revenue streams, as well as built-in spam control, and also just a totally new way of generating revenue. Let's dive into the code.
Okay, so we're not gonna dive into all the code, but you can check this out on the Hedera main account on X and watch this whole video if you want to actually get into the coding side of it and do that. But I just like his little explanation in the beginning is perfect. Really explains the use case here, and I think this is where Hedera is really gonna shine. This is where we're going to see a lot of adoption and where there's a really great use case for Hedera in the real world. Like I said, I think AI agents are really the future. Like the AI stuff we have now is really cool. It's very useful. I use it for some stuff for sure. both on the YouTube channel and on my other business as well. It's great for creating charts. I can just give it the data. I can just give the data to ChatGPT, and it just creates a beautiful chart for me. I don't have to do the coding on the data visualization, which I did learn to do. It's just so much faster and more efficient than I could ever hope to do it. But the agents are going to take things to the next level. I mean, this is what people are really, really excited about in the AI space. And the fact that Hedera is joined with this is super duper cool. So keep an eye out for that. You want to keep an eye on this. If there's some way you can get involved in this, I'd recommend it because I think it's really cool. Anyway, that is all the news we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this show. I'm trying to do more utility coin news where I combine Algoran, Hedera, XRP, SWI if I can wrap it in, and maybe some other ones too. If you have suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm FrugalBC. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the future.